US airlines are moving or leaning towards China. We've seen Canadian Prime Minister just visited China. Following that will be UK Prime Minister, thereafter German Chancellor. We all know who drives them there. Hi, Leslie Koo here. The US under Trump is very erratic, reckless, and unpredictable. And that makes its airlines very concerned. And on top of that, Trump not only bullies non-airlines, he also bullies the US airlines as well. So, as you can see, Greenland, which is belong to Denmark, he punishes with tariff against those US airlines, the European countries, including UK, that are in his way to take Greenland. And the thing is, if you look at from another perspective, Trump punishes you for not allowing him to take what that is belongs to you. It's kind of strange, isn't it? Greenland belongs to Denmark. Trump wants it. Denmark saying no, and Trump punishes Denmark. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. That's why from now onwards, we will see more and more US airlines head towards China. Because Trump will, Trump will stay until 2028. So from now to then, this US airlines need to survive. They cannot, the leaders of these countries cannot govern country and operates under the fear that Trump all of a sudden to hit you for whatever that he doesn't like. So the US airlines cannot operate. The leaders of these countries cannot operate like this. And they need certainty. They need predictability when they govern and when they deal with other countries. They cannot always stay under the shadow of the US foreign policies. So from now to 2028, we will see more and more US airlines, after seeing Canada, UK, Germany, they will go towards China for corporations, economy, economic projects, investment, infrastructures, trade, so on and so forth. So then we ask, what about after 2028? No, Trump will not, will never have to leave the White House. They cannot, he cannot sit for a third term. Now, for this, there are two scenarios. If the new owner of White House or the new occupant of White House after 2028 were to be like Trump, then the solution is easy. Continue to stay on the current path, engage China, while maintain a balance with the US. Then the second scenario is that, what if the new owner or the new occupant of White House after 2028 is friendly, On the opposite side of the spectrum, Granny said that, hey man, I'm not like Trump. Let's come back. Let's leave the good old days. If that were to happen, I believe the probability of these US allies making U-turn in terms of their engagement with China is not likely to be low. But the thing is that, is this something that they should do? I don't think so. Even though the new US president promised the good old days, I reckon these US allies, Canada, or be Canada, the EU countries, or UK, should not go back to the good old days. They should continue the current path, engaging China, while maintain a balance with the US. As the leader of a country, your main focus is the life quality of your people. You have to make sure that they have jobs. You have to make sure that they have shelter. You have to make sure that they can afford healthcare when they are sick. And also, you have to make sure that they can afford the daily necessities. Your people is your focus, not the foreign policies of another country, or not in the interest of another country. Your people is your interest, is your focus. And given the lost decades after World War II for UK, for the European countries and Canada, China at this juncture is the avenue, or is the path that these countries should engage, should continue to ride on, to revive their economy, to catch up all those lost decades after World War II. They should not be the variables of the US foreign policy equations. To them, those days under the shadow of the US should be gone. It should not happen again. China has a massive market. Massive, big, huge. It can swallow agricultural products. It can swallow oil, minerals, wine, luxury consumer goods, etc., etc. And these are the things that the US allies can provide to China. When your economy is stronger, your economic power is greater, the military power will follow. Right? Your military strength will follow. China is a very good example. Right? In the past, before 1980s, before the opening up, look at China. It was poor people were living under poverty. Look at now. Right? Economy as well as military are very strong. So this is the blueprint that the US allies, Canada, the EU countries, and UK should follow. Should follow this blueprint. Right? It is not difficult I mean, there is a life example, China, for them to see. When these allies become stronger, years down the road, if they want a military alliance, Europeans only, it's possible. Why not? By then, they will have the money, they have the means to, again, build up their own military. They don't have to rely on US military anymore. If they want to, let's just say, disband NATO, so be it. They can do it. That's why I think whether after 2028, is it another Trump, a version of Trump coming on board, or a president that promised the good old days, these US allies should continue to ride on the current path. Engage with China to revive their economy. Later on, then they'll have the means to build up their military for Europeans only. While on the other hand, maintain a balance with the US. That is what they should do. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Cheers.